Started with the opening kickoff. Coming out with it, it's Gore. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. The give. Runs through the tackle. Tackle is made at the 22, but a nice 10-yard pickup there. And those hairy dogs taking a bite out of another first down.
You don't usually find Georgia teams that complicate things. They know who they are, and it starts with running the football, establishing the line of scrimmage. That's what the dogs do.
On first down from their own 22. The sure hands, it's Taylor. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Throws a nice completion there for a first down. This guy has been the biggest key to this team's success all season long. He's shown up in big moments. He's won big games. He's putting up big numbers, and that's why he's in the discussion to win the Heisman Trophy.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. White going to attack through the air. Fires to the wideout. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affected the football game.
Neyland Stadium alive. A cauldron of orange noise on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to get behind the defense. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
And I tell you what, these deep shots, they're so hard to defend. You got to chase the guy all the way down the field and kind of stay in his hip pocket, stay close to him, and then turn your head like he does here and makes a nice play on the football to bat it away.
Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. Be calling a hot route. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's going to take a shot. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
And the offensive coordinator here is really trying to stay aggressive and take a shot. Obviously, the offense couldn't click on that one. But later in the game, if I'm this offense,
Oh, he's got some space. Found that space and picked up 6 out to the 33.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Looking downfield, it's Tremble. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The one thing that can derail this offense, a bunch of 3-and-outs. They won't do that here, but they might go 4-and-out if they don't convert. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out and you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on fourth down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. Guys, let's chat about Georgia. It's been a season to remember so far, fresh off their new top 10 ranking. How far can this team go?
Well, they're starting to get there now, right? And I think once you get some big wins, Jesse, and you start to climb up, you start to feel that and the momentum and the confidence that it builds with your squad. I think we might just be scratching the surface with this group.
Yeah, that's the difference with this team is it feels like they're really starting to believe. We always knew they were talented. They knew it too, but getting some of these big wins this season, I think they now believe they can take down anybody in the country.
And the Bulldogs really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. This is makeable field goal range here, but it looks as if intercepted for the 11th time. Takes it the other way. He's inside the 40. And they were most fortunate to catch up to him there. He almost turned that into a pick six.
Man, and he had a convoy, too. As soon as he had the ball, he just looked around him. There was just a lot of open green, and he took off. Great job by his teammates on defense, getting downfield and setting up some blocks.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Gets the back moving. Quick pass on the jet motion. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The Volunteers headed quickly to the line. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. To the air, it's Tremble. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Throws toward the end zone. Complete to the right. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
He'll set up the throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that is the play this defense had to have. Did you look in the secondary right there? I mean, he was open, guys. Like, that would have been a touchdown, and this defense got to the quarterback, hit him as he's throwing the football, forced the errant pass, and dodged a bullet.
Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Nice execution by this defense on 2nd and goal. And they try to throw the football. They stay tight on them. If I'm this offense, maybe I run some crossers, a little pick route, try to get my guy open.
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. He makes the grab. Touchdown ball! They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. First play of this drive comes from the 27. White wants to throw it. Working that wide receiver screen. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. Now on 2nd down. Back to pass. Pocket breaking down. Blasted as he lets it go.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell.
Quarterback will keep it. Tough, hard-nosed running. He picks up 3, but stopped just short. It'll be 4th and 1. Creates a little room. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, how's that for being aggressive? Early in the game, 4th down, in your own territory, and you go for it. And then your offense is able to come up with the big play, generate a ton of momentum, and stay on the field. That is impressive.
Makes the catch. It's Riley. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Now, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
And wings it incomplete.
This just looks like too much backyard football from this quarterback right now. We've already seen a pick in this game. Bad fundamentals on that last throw, throwing it off his back leg. He needs to trust his coaching. He just needs to settle himself down.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Caught over the middle. It's Riley. That'll be enough for the 1st down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
When offenses get 1st downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
And they pick up the 1st down in what might be the last play here in the 1st quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Tennessee leads it. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played 1 period. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the 2nd quarter. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. White going to attack through the air. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield.
Well, late in the year, this guy is square in the middle of the Heisman Trophy discussion because of his performance. He throws a nice completion there for a 1st down, but it's been week in, week out. Big moments. He's led this team to a ton of wins.
He's trying to get it in. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Now on 1st and goal, let's see what Georgia will do. The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. A 1st down run on the doorstep. Breaks into the open. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line. Rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Motion from the wideout. Looking to fire. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
It's hard for a defense to have to cover so much space. When the offense goes empty, you get receivers and tight ends and running backs lined up out wide. You've got to expand, and it's harder to cover.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a 2nd look. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. The extra point here would tie the game. And he knocked that one right down the middle. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Week to week, it's so tough to figure the ACC, which is why this one is notable. Pittsburgh is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Dan Marino, this might not be over just yet. They're trailing by 13 to Clemson. Any big changes in this ACC clash? We've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Making side adjustments here. Looking to throw, it's Tremble. Shoots it to the left. Got him downfield. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35. Another big play on the outside, and that's the thing that historically has gotten Rocky Top rolling.
Yeah, so much fun to watch playmakers outside that they can run by you and go make big plays. Opens up the whole field, the whole offense, and this Orange fan base goes absolutely bananas.
Quarterback now breaking the field. Trying to make magic on the scramble. There he goes. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a first down.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up, and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Wants to go up top on first down. Looking down the middle. It's caught. Touchdown, Volunteer! He got loose, and it was lights out after that. The AT unit on the field.
Man, find your weapons. Nice job by the quarterback, finding the running back out of the backfield. He catches it and does the rest. Walks into the end zone for the touchdown.
He'll bring it out. It's Gore. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The Dogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. White wants to throw it. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
So after that incompletion, fourth down, you've got to hold serve if you're this offense, right? Both offenses up and down the field. Your opponent scored twice. You scored a touchdown on your first drive. I think you got to go for it here because right now nobody's playing defense, and this game very easily could come down to which team has the ball last.
Touchdown, Tennessee! Stealing a score on special teams. He did that one all by himself. Make a few guys miss, turn on the afterburners, and boom, everybody's toast.
And that's why you got him back deep, because that guy can do that. You got to be explosive and quick and have good vision, and you see all those things on one punt return. Takes it back to the house, makes people miss, turn it on the gas. Great job, great return.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Couldn't quite hang on to the pick, and he will be thinking about that one for a long time.
And you knew he was going to take a step back because you can't throw the ball for over 80% a season. Like, that's ridiculous. Last week he was on fire, but this week, man, he's freezing cold. And he's got to find something to get this offense going. But right now, just off target. Somebody needs to step up, make a play, and maybe get a spark for this offense.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Stadium alive, a cauldron of orange noise on third down. White going to attack through the air. Trying to escape and get it himself. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. And the Dogs will snap it on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Scrambling away. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Can't rest on your laurels as a quarterback. We know how much success he had last game when he completed over 70% of his throws. This game, though, he's just a little bit off.
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
This defense knew coming into this game, playing one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, they were going to have to find a way to get him off rhythm. They're going to have to be careful doing it because of that speed, but that is huge for their confidence. They get their first sack of the game here in the first half, and you can all of a sudden see the body language on this defense. It has changed.
Georgia lining up to punt it away. Here's the return. Slips through the line. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They go to the ground. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The Vols racing to the line in the hurry-up. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Here's the pressure. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions, from go to 1 to 2, and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you can tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
On 4th down, going to the air. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. Inside the 25, stopped at the 24. Clock will stop to move the chains. Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24. 1st down. Finding an escape route. Turning it on. Touchdown ball. They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
This is a running back that can hurt you, not just getting handoffs, but they use him in the passing game as well. They called the screen at the absolute perfect time, and it ends up being a touchdown.
Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. A designed run for the quarterback. Gets it past the marker. He stopped at the 40, but it'll be a 1st down here late in the half. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Quarterback extends the play. At midfield, he's got room. Big play, takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47.
And he's just proving it time and time again, man. He has that feel. He obviously has the ability to pick up and put him down and go get 1st downs, but I think the timing of when to scramble and when not to scramble, he's really got that figured out, and you can tell it's going to be a big part of the game. White
wants to throw it. Fires to the middle. Intercepted and a first-half turnover can swing momentum.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They'll start this drive going to the air. Throws to the tight end. Working that left side. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He wants to change this route. Looking downfield on first down. He spins that thing down the middle. He caught it, and he will score! Touchdown, Volunteer!
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finished the half like they're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
And the extra point sails through, and they have a 35-7 lead. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. He'll bring it out. It's 4. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. And he's not going to take the touchback. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. Motion from the back. Looking to throw, it's Tremble. Buying some time. Going right and going deep. Makes the grab on the big throw. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. You look to be backed up, and then suddenly you're not. Big play has him across the 50, and they'll have it 1st and 10. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder.
Oh, he's got some space. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. And the Volunteers just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Looking to throw on first down. Here comes the heat. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. And the Vols with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Catch in the middle. It's Jefferson. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the 3rd quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that. No gain on the play. Trying play action. Touchdown, Tennessee! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. Is there anything this dude can't do? He's channeling his inner Condridge Holloway, Heath Schuler, or dare I say, the great Peyton Manning.
I bet he can't lead the Banderies. I bet he's not allowed to do that. He's having himself a day, but he's not there yet. But, man, putting up some stats, doing what he wants. This offense is absolutely cooking.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Using his legs, it's Hawkins. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Bulldogs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Throws to the wideout. Got his man. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down.
And he shows you the arm right there, but I tell you what, I've been impressed with this young man and his ability to do both. Rush, throw, lead a team, put up huge numbers in the top 10 in total TDs running and passing. And this dude very much in the...
Breaks into the open. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. And the Bulldogs are in the hurry-up.
Defenses have their hands full with him. They just give up a big pass there for a first down, but it's not just the arm you got to worry about, it's his legs too. This guy's top 10 in the nation, total touchdowns scored, and that's why he's in the discussion for the Heisman Trophy.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. It's complete to the left. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Georgia! They'll try to tack one more on their score.
I love it. Nice play call, nice design. Get the ball to your speedster and let him do the rest. Try to find a way to isolate guys and get matchups, and you did it with your running back, slash receiver there, and he did the rest.
After that score, they'll try to build some momentum here in the third quarter and get it back with an onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. They'll send the back in motion. Dropping back, it's Tremble. Fires to the wideout. They've avoided the interception all day, but they're lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because...
There he goes. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays, and you better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, they
got some room headed to the goal line. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
And both these quarterbacks, man, they're showing off their ability to take off and scramble and make plays. Right here, it's a design pass. He's looking to make...
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown ball.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming in this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. White going to attack through the air. Can't make the catch. It's incomplete, and that drop might have cost him a big play on first down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Fires on the move. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. Quarterback empties his backfield. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Going for the big play. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
And I'm kind of surprised by this performance, man. The QB last week, you could tell, dude, he was in rhythm. He was good timing. You could tell the chemistry with receivers were good. And today, everything just looks off. And it looks hard. It looks difficult. They got to find a way to get back in the rhythm they were in last week.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Makes a catch. First down and maybe a lot more.
He ends up getting tackled at the 34-yard line.
That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. They just keep firing. Gonna let it fly. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field, to make these explosive plays, and now, huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in these football games.
Georgia comes quickly to the line. White wants to throw it. Looking to the big tight end. Makes the grab.
And this offense is built around this dude. I mean, he is sensational. He's been so fun to watch, like play, pitch, and catch, spread the ball around, complete and total command of the offense, and that's why he's putting up big numbers.
He'll take a shot. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
This was my favorite time to be a defensive lineman, man. You get up big, late in the game, you know it's past. You're just teeing off on the quarterback. The defensive backs, they're bailing, playing those deep passes. It is hard to play offensive football in this situation.
We'll see if this offensive line is ready for the blitz. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. He's not afraid to go deep. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. So here is the Tennessee offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really trying to take it back. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. They stop him behind the line of scrimmage. He ran through one guy, but not through the rest. The Volunteers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking for a gap. It's Jackson. This junior making his presence felt in making the stop after a short gain.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly.
Going to take a shot. He's got it inside the 15. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
On the move from inside his 5.
The return is tackled down at the 26. And the Georgia offense will take over. First and 10.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win it, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Off play action. Unloads to the wideout. Finds his man. It's Taylor. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Good enough for a first down.
White going to attack through the air. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And now this offense will try to figure out a way to move the chains after that 2nd down incompletion. He'll throw it. Makes the grab. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Wants to throw on 1st down. Takes a hit as he fires. Pulls it in. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the 1st down.
First down for the offense.
He wants to throw it again. Fires deep toward the end zone. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Well, trailing this much in the 4th quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
Under fire. Can't make the connection. The pressure there calls the missed timing.
Another hit on the quarterback. All day long, this defense has been able to pin their ears back and get after this guy. And because of that, he's never gotten into a rhythm throwing the football. And that's why they find themselves trailing here late in the 4th quarter.
Man, do I love being a defensive lineman in games like today when you know you got to go get the quarterback. Like they're down on the other side, they have to throw the football. Only chance they have to get back in, I'm playing the pass every time, pinning my ears back and going to get the quarterback.
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Throws toward the end zone. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field.
I think after failing on the 4th down, guys, you look at the scoreboard, you look at how much time is left. I think they're going to lose this football game. This coaching staff is going to have to dig deep and try to find ways to get this team better next time they take the field.
And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, the inside give. Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29.
And I tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
With the win today, they're now bowl eligible, and that's certainly...